All right. Welcome to the sideboard. My name's Eric, and today we've got Grixis Control. This is a As Foretold deck, and it was presented to us by a fan. So thanks to Dan, son of Thor. I'm sure you'll get that. So if you like the show today, please give us a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, go ahead and subscribe. So let's go ahead and take a look at the deck. Now, I haven't actually upgraded the deck at all. However, the list did not contain any lands other than basics and hubs, so we didn't upgrade that. However, if I was going to make an upgrade, that would be the first place I would start. More than likely, the land base that was in the Grixis mid-range, how smooth that was for any type of energy deck, should be sufficient. And maybe not all the way to the point where you need 26 lands, but this is sort of a Grixis control deck, so maybe we do need 26 lands. Moving on into the spells, we have some magma sprays, which will help us deal with scrap heap scroungers and other recursive threats like Kendra and things of that nature. Also, if we do pair it with 3 damage, we could exile a Scarab God or one of the other gods. Not the Amonkhet gods. Go ahead with the 2 sensors in the deck, and then 2 essence scatters and a single negate for the 2 mana counter spells. Now, Sensor is also going to... Hi Gabriel, welcome to the stream. Sensor is going to double as giving us an option to cycle and grab an extra card if it's not exactly what we're looking for. So a Sensor, great card for that. Almost some argument to actually add some more sensors to the deck. But again, this is the list, or as close to it as we could get, as I didn't want to run more than 60 cards. And then 2 copies of a Braid. Moving on into the 3 mana spells, we have 4 copies of As Foretold. Now this is going to be our real value engine. This is going to be how we continue to cast spells even when we don't have a lot of mana. So if we can get an As Foretold out the late game, even if we are a little choked on mana, we should be okay with being able to cast multiple spells. Also, we do have a lot of instant speed spells which work really well with As Foretold, as we can cast those. We could cast a spell on our turn, then cast a spell on our opponent's turn. And moving on down our 3 mana, we have Supreme Will and Disallow. And now, Supreme Will also gives us a chance to draw, but Disallow also gives us a chance to counter an ability. Like a Planeswalker Ultimate or something. Maybe we didn't have the Disallow, or we were tapped out and they snuck something by us. Maybe we can actually activate or counter the ability after the fact. And then 2 copies of Sweltering Suns, another good spell that we can just kind of cycle away when we don't need it and kind of go from there. Alright, we have 4 copies of Glimmer of Genius, because where would any control deck be without Glimmer of Genius? Let's shift this over and get into the win cons. Now, before we truly get into the win cons here, we do have a Cut to Ribbons and an Hour of Devastation for some more ways to control. Then, at 5 mana, we have a singleton copy of the Scarab God, 2 Torrential Gearhulks, and a Sphinx of Magoshi? Yeah, Mag Sphinx. We'll go with that. Then we have 2 copies of Nicol Bolas, a Singleton pulled from Tomorrow, and 2 copies of Torment of Hellfire. Now, I'm not real fond of the As Foretold and X mana spells, as you can't cast X mana spells off of As Foretold. No matter how many counters, X will always be 0. So I'm not really fond of that, but being able to cheat out, late game Nicol Bolas and stuff, and still leave up plenty of mana for counter and those type of things sounds really good for me. Even if I'm paying the mana for the Nicol Bolas and can cast the counter off of a 3 counter As Foretold, that sounds good as well. So resolve a nickel bolus and things should start to go your way. In the sideboard, now I had to piece together a sideboard as we were only given a main 60 here. But we have 2 copies of Duress, a singleton Abrade, another few copies of Negate, and an additional Essence Scatter. We also have Fiery Cannonade as an instant speed way to deal with tokens and other decks that go wide. Also, it's really good against red deck. I didn't realize how good it was against the red deck strategies, but other than Hazard, it pretty much takes care of everything they have. Also, really good against the red-black decks, except for a few pirates that they do run. Then we have 3 copies of Doomfall. Not to mention, this card can be cast at instant speed and can be brought back with Torrential Gearhulk if we needed to. 3 copies of Doomfall pairs really well with our early Duress, then curve into the Doomfall. That it works really well. I would probably, going back, I would probably change to 3 Duress and 2 Doomfall. We'll probably make that change right now. Let's go ahead and do that. So Vraska's Contempt to deal with anything that we can't kill with Hour of Devastation. And then I wanted one other little piece of advantage, and I thought if we had multiple As Foretold online and we can just start casting spells and things of that nature, we might actually get some use out of Avance's Blasting Cannon, even if we do not want to transform it. And if we are running a little low on cards, we may not want to transform it. So Avance's Blasting Cannon in the sideboard looked really good. So that's the deck. This is Grixis Control by Dan Thorson. Let's go ahead and jump into a game here. Oh, also, you may notice that I did go ahead and pick up the cards for modules. Eric Frolicek made a deck called Modules. It's like red-blue modules, but if we get done a little early here, this is a control match, so I expect it to last a little bit long. But if this is we do get done a little early, we will play a game or 2 of modules here. So let's go ahead and get into it. Quit wasting time here. We're going to play one game with this deck the way it is, and then we'll go back and look at the upgrades, and we'll talk about the upgrades for the deck, and then move on into the modules deck. So we lost the dice roll. We will be on the draw more than likely. Everyone enjoy going back to their normal week after long weekends from Thanksgiving. Those who celebrated Thanksgiving holiday. We cannot keep this. We only have 1 land. We're going to mulligan. This is not exactly what I would like to see, but I'll take it. And oh my, we are playing against our good old buddy Nico Swan. We will make him play us against the modules deck. This will be fun. He's guaranteed to have a high-powered deck. Oh, he said he was not playing a very good deck. He's almost always playing a really high-powered deck. So we're going to go ahead and keep. And just by coincidence, we actually, in the queue, ran into one of our clan members. If you want to join the Sideboard MTG clan on MTGO, look us up. It's Sideboard MTGO. We will keep this on top so that we can cycle it. if we don't draw a land on turn 2. So we'll put that on top. Oh, he is playing Thopters. Well, we'll see what he gets down here. Actually, he said he's already playing modules. Oh, yeah, but he's playing Thopters. I think we... I think we'll go ahead and just pass the turn here. If he doesn't play anything this turn, we will go ahead and cycle the sensor. They do. Thopters seem really good lately. We will cycle the sensor. Alright, there's a land. And even though we can't really play anything yet other than a magma spray, we will cycle. I don't know if we should cycle the Sweltering Suns against this deck. Maybe exile Maverick Thopterist. We'll just be done with that. And we're not going to be able to stop the energy here. He no longer has an Artificer to equip to. And we can deal with just a couple Thopters for now. I definitely think we're going to need to keep the Sweltering Suns because we'll need to wipe the board before we can get any value out of a Torment. Now, at least here we do get an energy, and we will be able to counter his next play. He said that was rude. Well, we do take the damage here. That's pretty good for us. We can abrade or disallow next turn. We're still not, taking that much damage, so. Do need to draw some lands here before we're going to gain control of anything. I think we abrade the decoction module now. Sorry. Should have abraded it before. However, he is going to have a quite large Whirler Virtuoso here. That's going to be hard to deal with. I should have just countered that Whirler maybe. Alright, we're not in a really good spot to wipe the board, but we do need to do so. No As Foretold has not been good for us. We will take one more hit here. And he's not going to play anything. Okay, well, we will cast the Suns. And I really want to just cycle this sensor now to try to hit a land. There we go, we hit a land. Really going to have to fire off these torments here. No As Foretold, we definitely missed quite a few land drops. Welcome to the stream, Lloyd. Glad you could make it. We're currently playing a fan deck, and as soon as we get done with that, we're gonna play the modules deck by Eric Frolicek. The Efro deck. Where's that at? Yeah, modules. If you guys like that gameplay, we might actually play that for a full stream at some point. There's a decoction module. We can't do anything about that. We did get another land, so we're going to go ahead and fire this off, although that's game for us. We don't have a... We should just scoop, in all reality. But we can leave it up to our opponent to make a mistake. I mean, if he just sacks his creatures instead of taking life, but I think he'll just take the life. Definitely should have countered the Whirler. Alright, well, that's game. We'll move to the sideboard here. Let's see. Hour of Devastation is going to be terrific. Essence Scatter looks good. He's got a lot of cheap stuff, so I don't think Censor is where we want to go. A Braid is definitely where we want to be. I don't actually think Magma Spray is. However, Fiery Cannonade is. And then, what if he does get one way too large? What if one becomes way too large? What do we do? I guess we need the Doomfalls. Maybe Doomfall over Disallow? Maybe we just don't run Disallow. Okay, we're going to run it like that, no Disallow. We would like to play first. We have 2 lands. Jeez. We're going to mulligan. 1 land, mulligan. 0 land, 2 lands, keep. Okay, yeah, sure, we'll keep As Foretold. So the first thing I would do with a control deck is take it to 26 lands. And we'll pass the turn here. The reason I kept As Foretold, because if we are... Never mind. Oh, he did not take As Foretold, and we hit a land. So we're going to play him in just a moment here with the modules deck, but this As Foretold could bail us out a little bit. However, I don't know. We're going to need something good. I mean, we are living off the top deck for the most part. Okay, so we'll just pass the turn. And he's going to hit us for 2 here. Grixis. That we can't do anything about it. We can kill it. So he gets a decoction module. And we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Not enough. There's only 24 lands in this, and that was one of the first things I thought about when I seen it. I said a control deck only running 24 lands, and the argument was the As Foretold would help you cast everything, and that was kind of the point of this fan deck, was to run a deck and then kind of show what we need to do to make that deck a little bit better. And granted, I haven't played this deck all that well. We're going to... The deck does have some really good answers. We're going to cast this with... Ooh, wait. Undo. Undo. We're going to cast with As Foretold. And we're just going to pass the turn. We can stop in their upkeep. Is there any reason to stop in the upkeep? I mean, Fiery Cannonade is really good with all of these Whirler decks in the meta right now. Okay, so he casts an Inventor's Goggles. What are we doing here, Nick? He's going to go ahead and move into combat. Alright, so we will cast Fiery Cannonade. Now this is where As Foretold, you know, becomes really, really good. We were playing around Supreme Will there with only 3 mana. So there's a really good argument to the card. It is extremely strong. Wow, okay. Well, we definitely take a beating there. I think we want to main phase this Glimmer. And we will put both on top. We'll draw both of these. And we'll actually cast Sweltering Suns here. And then we can cast Glimmer on his turn. We're not out here by any means. The deck definitely has some power, and even just this one As Foretold is showing that power. Okay, so that's going to be his play this turn. Let's take a look at Glimmer. We'll put that on the bottom. We'll put that on the bottom. We need more action. And he's going to be able to make some factors here. And we will hit our land drop for the turn, though. And we get another counter, so we can cast Hour of Devastation here. And we could Glimmer. We can Doomfall. What do we want to do? Unfortunately, casting Hour of Devastation right now seems really, really bad. If we Doomfall right now, he creates a body. Let's cast Glimmer and see what we've got. Supreme Will, Supreme Will. We'll put one on top and one on the bottom. We cannot play a land this turn. Okay, so we're definitely going to take some damage, but truly we need him to... We need him to play his, or spend his energy. And that's another energy with 2 decoction modules. He can make a ton. Okay. I think I want to Supreme Will here. And we'll look at the top 4. I think I did that with the As Foretold counters. I did. Oh no. So I did that wrong. Sweltering Suns is perfect here. We'll put those back in any order. Yes, we'll move on. So now next turn we can force his hand, hopefully. Unless he has a counter. And we will put our counter on As Foretold. We will attempt to wipe the board here. So we cast Hour of Devastation. And then Sweltering Suns. If he has a counter, we're in some trouble here. Okay, so he's just going to return it to his hand. That'll buy us a little bit of time, but not a lot. So this deck's not, like, it's not bad by any means. As Foretold definitely gives you enough power to continue to push into the game. I mean, we were definitely getting behind there, and then As Foretold helped catch us up. Although I don't believe it's going to be enough at this point. We're going to need something major. That is pretty good. And we will... Do we exile cards here? Yeah, I think we do that. Or... I think we just try to kill the Whirler here. He doesn't have enough to return it to hand. He only has 2 cards in hand. Granted, he can make a lot of Thopters. He can make enough Thopters to just kill us, but we kind of have to force his hand. No, Theo, there is no amulet in this deck. Right, we can't do any type of shenanigans. That's why this season my pet card is Sunbird's Invocation, as it will allow you to play any card at any speed. Alright, we're going to go ahead and scoop it up, and we'll take a look at the deck, and then we're going to challenge Nico here for another match with modules. So one of the first things I would do with this deck if I was trying to do the As Foretold was get rid of the X mana spells. I really like the ability to draw. So 4 mana, draw 2 spells, or even maybe, just maybe, the new 7 mana, draw 7 cards. So that would definitely be some cards I would add to this deck. Hour of Devastation was really good in our matchup that we had there, and I think it would be really good in the rest of the matchups. I do like As Foretold, and we'll definitely play around with this as we move forward here throughout Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan. It seems to be a very powerful card, and there's not a lot of restrictions. Being able to just, power out some additional value. The one restriction is, can you keep enough cards in your hand to make it work? Other than that, I like the deck. I like where it's coming from. However, when it comes time to pick which instants and sorceries are in a Grixis Control deck, those are always going to shift from week to week based on what is currently strong in the meta. Currently this week, I personally think that Fiery Cannonade might be one of the best sweepers in red right now. But that's only this week while everyone's playing Thopters and things of that nature. Also, if you're really wanting to upgrade the deck, fix the land base. And I don't mean that the land base is just bad, but first off, there's not enough lands when you're trying to hit 5 mana and 6 mana spells, and you need to hit those on curve. You really need to hit an Hour of Devastation on 5 just so that you can survive long enough to let those As Foretolds tick up. So I really like where he was coming from with the deck, and I think there's a lot that we can work around with in the future here. But for now, that's my upgrades, and that's my take on Grixis Control As Foretold that was presented to us. So let's go ahead and pull up the modules deck. It has 4 of each of the modules, guys, and a couple singletons that just look outrageously fun. Heart of Gonti's Aether Heart, Metallic Mimic, things of that nature. After seeing it, I know I wanted to at least try it. No, I have yet to play the deck, but we're going to go on a first run here. So let's find Nico, and we will challenge Nico with our modules deck. So this is going to be our first match with modules by Efro, is what I'm calling them. This is a Eric Frolicek deck, and he brings us modules. It seems to be like a lot of fun, and I don't know how competitive it'll be, but it's sure to be a lot of fun. Let's see here. Just contacting our opponent here. Dragon Skull Summit and Drowned Catacombs control decks above all need perfect color fixing. Well, Gabriel, if you looked at the Grixis Energy deck we ran, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, that deck had a amazing mana base in it. I really liked it. It's 26 lands, but if you're really trying to guarantee your land drops, and it had enough cycle lands that it never really felt like you were flooding. Everything just kind of, you were able to control when things come in and tapped and untapped. I really like the mana base out of that. I think Grixis might have one of the best mana bases you can get right now. Eric Frolicek has many fun decks. Too bad he doesn't play them like on others. Yeah, sometimes he plays them, sometimes he doesn't. All right, so here is our first game with modules. No land, so we will mulligan. The Stream Curse is getting us. We will keep this. It's 4 lands. We don't have any of the modules. There's a module. We will keep that. We can go ahead and play our island and pass the turn. Next turn we'll play the first module. I think the 3 mana module and the 2 mana module are the two that we want the most. I'm not 100%, but I think that's how it is. And we've got our module. We'll just go ahead and pass turn. This will be fun. I've actually wanted to deck this card for a long time. This will be a hard match to fight, I guess. However, I think that the way modules add up, I think the way that the modules add up, it's going to give us exactly what we're looking for with +1 counters on our Thopters and things. So I think it's going to allow us to outgrow him once we really get started. So we'll see. We could have whirled for 1 there. Inventor's Goggles. Okay. I think we need to whirl for 3. And he gets another Decoction module. Okay, so we get a Fabrication module here. And we'll go ahead and Aether Hub, get an energy. We will play Fabrication module. When you get 1 or more energy counters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. So eventually we'll get a creature, and we can kind of go from there. Aether Swooper, that's going to be pretty good for him. There's nothing we can do about it. will go ahead and yield to that. Don't think I'm just going to auto yield to Inventor's Goggles. I'll probably want to respond to that in the future. Did not get a real good chance to see what Efro had for. Oh, this seems fun. Let's try this. We're going to play this for 2. And we will always yield 2 hours. Now, when we receive an energy, I believe we will get a +1/1 counter. So he's wanting to harness here. We will and he doesn't get the energy from the harness, but we didn't get to go crazy with the Walking Ballista. Now that looks like that would have been really, really good if he didn't have an answer to it. Well, this deck, I do not think this deck plays too few artifacts. This deck plays a lot of artifacts. Let's see here. He's going to Aether Swooper. He's going to make a dude. Start spending that energy. He has plenty of energy, and he actually gets away for free every time he does this. Okay, so he can equip with Inventor's Goggles. And we get a Whirler. I think we have to play it and pray he can't kill it on the spot. I think that's what we have to do. So we'll... Oh no, undo that. We will pay a life for a red. And we're going to try to make our Whirler large. And let's produce a body here. And we will actually make that a 2/2. And we're going to do that one more time. And give ourselves a few blockers here. Okay, so he's going to kill that one. And then we are going to whirl for 1. X is currently 2. Well, we can't do that, so we do need to whirl for... We could whirl for 3? If we cancel that, did we pay the blue? Blue, blue... Oh, we don't have a... Whoa. We don't have 3 blue, I'm sorry. So we have to just pass here. I don't know what I was thinking. Ricardo, I don't know how I missed your chat chat earlier. I have also been struggling with Grixis Control. It's been very difficult for me to put together a list that I truly like. The fabrication module, that with decoction module seems stupid good. I do think we have to go get a second decoction module though. A second decoction, no. We need the third module. Same here, Ricardo. I am wanting to play with so many different decks right now. So we can actually sack that. Oh, we actually just top decked it. That is perfect, perfect, perfect. So now we can pay 4 mana to start the whole process. We can... One, two, three, undo. We're gonna go. I guess it does not matter. So we're gonna go blue, blue, blue. We really just need another land. I want to go just get another Walking Ballista, but we don't have enough land to really cast anything else. I shouldn't have played blue mana to do that. So we can do this for 3. We'll do that. Hold on a minute. So we're gonna give this another counter. And I think whenever we get a counter, we can pay 1. There we go. Okay, so it'll be 3 to actually get everything started here. Sorry, it just took me a minute to figure out how to get the engine started. We no longer have mana that we can pay for this. However, we can now Whirler. I don't think we can actually swing just yet, but we're almost there. He gets another Inventor's Goggles. We're not really worried about that, as our fabrication module is going to be great for us. Aether Swooper. We will take the 2 damage. And Decoction Module. Okay, so we just hit what we wanted right off the top. Again, colorless and colorless. One, two, three, 4, 5? Wouldn't that get us our 3rd decoction module? Why is this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? X is 2. We have our last decoction module. We'll go infinite now if we untap. And did that just go straight to the battlefield? Yeah. Okay. What? I mean, what happened right there? It does. It goes straight to the battlefield. I did not realize that. I thought it came to our hand. That is pretty good. So we're not going to do the heart. We are going to take the fiery cannonade. Oh, wow. He put fiery cannonade in the sideboard. Shielded Aether Thief. That's a good use of energy. Kind of like that. Also like the Harness Lightnings. However, getting to our fabrication module seems like it's going to be really, really good. Yeah, I didn't realize how good Whirl of Invention was. I might have to play with this a little bit in the future here. I love that about playing different decks. You know, decks that you don't usually play. You'll get to play with a card and see just how broken it is. Oh, whenever another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you get 2 energy. Okay. I can see that. But I don't have room. I've got a bunch of cards I gotta take out. I think we're gonna take out the Thriving Turtle. Although it is an early threat, but we're on the draw, so we're gonna take out the turtle. Mimic seems fun. On the draw, I think we're gonna take the Rebuke out. And we'll come down maybe 1 Whirl. With 3 blue mana is a little bit difficult. Although, knowing it goes straight to the battlefield seems pretty good. Now, I assume that if someone actually played this deck and played it a lot and you knew exactly how important each one of your modules were in any given matchup, I mean, we have a really good module lineup here, but I don't know if this is good enough. We'll keep it though. Well, he did not have... Well, there's a Glint Sleeve for us. That's pretty good. Hopefully that'll help us find another module that will pair well with our animation module. He gets his Decoction module. We get a Spire, so we can make red mana if we want. We'll go ahead and play our Glint Sleeve Crane, or Glint Nest Crane, Glint Sleeve. Glint Nest Crane, we did hit. We got a Decoction module. So next turn we can play the Decoction module. However, nothing really goes our way until we hit... Aww, really? It's going to take away the Decoction. Fabrication module will be really good for us as well, because then every time we produce energy, we'll just start making guys. I'd like to see how well this works. But again, like I said, if you know, started playing this deck enough, I think here we're going to just play our modules out. This is not exactly what we want, but if we do hit one of the other modules, this will be really good for using all this mana we have. And at least we get in for one here. He might kill it, but wasting a kill spell on a Glint Nest seems a little bad. Reverse Engineer, he's going to draw some cards. That's nice. And we get some energy here. But we do not have anything to really go with our animation modules. We do have trump cards in the deck, but and especially, like, maybe we need to take the fun deck that Eric Frolicek threw at us and just said, hey, you know, guys, you might want to relook these cards because some of these combinations together can really just trump the meta. And we're going to go ahead and get our value here. Some of these really trump the meta in giving you, you know, some real value. If we would have had you know, our modules online, you know, we can really just go off from a single production here. So I actually think that we should look at a deck like this one, and I'm not saying that Eric Frolicek didn't put together, you know, the best deck he could, but I think that we could play around with the numbers a little bit and possibly come up with something that would be a little bit more competitive. I think that maybe, I don't know if any of you will watch, well, of course you all watched Dev. Dev's deck for tomorrow, our stream for tomorrow night, that card would be insane in this deck. With all the artifacts that it has, you would automatically create a Thopter every time you played an artifact. So maybe that's something we want to look at, and maybe we'll throw that card in here for the next game, just for funsies or something like that. I can't believe I said that. Y'all can all hit the dislike button just because I said that. I've got a friend that says that, and it's been stuck. Oh, I can't believe I said that. What is... wow, caught off guard there. What is Deb's latest $10 deck? I forget. What did he put out today? Oh, the efficiency card, construct efficiency or something like that. Well, hitting all these lands is not great for us. There's just nothing we can do but, you know, pass the turn here. Play lands, pass turn. Let's see if I can find that card. Yeah, I think it's construct efficiency or something like that. Do it live. Just throw the card in the deck and play another game with it, just to see if it works. Okay, we could do that. So I'm sure we run into everything in the world here, but we are going to get... Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll see if this resolves. We'll try to get our fabrication module. I assume that we get a fabrication module just to watch it get. Hold on a minute. We will just pass the turn here. So we put a +1/+1 counter on in response to whatever it is he does. I mean, if he's got a braid here, we're going to see it. Inventor's Fair. Okay. And we'll grow our glint sleeve here a little bit. And we'll always yield, but we cannot pay for it right now. So for 4 mana next turn, we're going to be able to grow our guy pretty well here. It is a 4-drop, but if you look at the modules, they curve out 1, 2, 3. So maybe 4-drop, that's exactly where it's meant to be. I don't know, but either way, it looks like it will be a lot of fun to play that card, to put that card in the deck. Okay, so there went our fabrication module, which we kind of expected. And we'll see if he attacks here. We get yet another animation module. We'll just play that, and we'll pass the turn here. So we do at end of turn create a fairly big glint sleeve. There's an Aether Swooper. Hi, thanks for the subscribe. And welcome to the sideboard. I definitely want to play another game after this. We'll let Nico go back to his trolling of the queues, and we will, find someone else to play. So we will go ahead and increase the number of counters on that. Now, the fabrication module did its job as far as and we'll pay there. Whirler, that's pretty good. Although we don't actually need a whirler. We are going to start just getting in with our guys here. He can eat a few of them, but if he wants to not take damage, and we're not worried about it, we're about to create a ton of these until he can get rid of Glint Nest. That's one of the reasons I really like this deck, is because of how much power it can just kind of throw together. And we will pass the turn. So if we can get any belay my last statement, I need to do math to see what's the best way to produce. I think we go 1, 2, 3, produce a counter, and then go, well, we would just produce 4, that would be the most. Okay, so he can get in with that. We will keep growing our glint sleeve here. Yes, yes. And more bodies. The ability to go wide is very nice here. However, I really wish we could pull something else. I am going to swing here with our glint sleeve. I will throw lots in front of that if he wants to crew everything up. We do need another way to make an energy. Or not an energy, but another counter. I would love a whirl of invention off the top or something of that nature. Well, we are going to take some damage here, though. And we will go ahead and do this. This is time consuming. A decoction module, okay. That's a good start. And whenever a creature enters the battlefield under our control, we can get... Okay, so this is really, really good. Okay. Wow, the power here is amazing. I'm starting to look at how much we can kind of go off here as soon as we untap. He really needs to be able to kill this glint sleeve. River's Rebuke. Wow. Okay. How much do we take here? We're going to take our decoction module. We take 6, 7, 8, 9. We take 9. Okay, so we take 9, he takes the decoction module. We're not wrecked yet. Okay, so we'll play our land. Play glint sleeve. We need to see what we can find. We get a decoction module. We'll put those back in any order. We'll play decoction module. play Animation Module. We'll play... And I think this is about as far as we're going to be able to go with this. Although we have blockers, we're not completely out of this. He is going to kill our Whirler here, though. Fabrication Module off the top would be really, really good for us. He's got a crew up. He's got to kill the Whirler. He Rivers Rebuked, and yeah, he got rid of a bunch of our little dudes, but... Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this now. And he can kill the Decoction Module. And he gets an Aether Swooper, and he can make quite a bit of stuff here. The ability to rebound here has been quite nice. These Thopter decks have really, really impressed me lately. The Grixis Thopter deck, this one, I mean, he's playing the Grixis version right now with the Duresses and such. There's also a red-blue Flyers deck that takes it uses, I think, Favorable Winds. Isn't that the 2-mana enchantment, Favorable Winds? So a lot of really good flying decks out there right now. I think he might have this game. However, we don't know 100% yet. Let's see what he does. Okay, so he kills that. We'll move to blocks. Block here, here, here. Oh, that's not attacking. I'm sorry. Okay, well, those are our blocks. We really need a top deck. Could be it. This could be the top deck we needed. A Decoction Module. I don't think a Decoction Module is going to do it. What can we do here with a Decoction Module? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bounce Glint Nest Crane, replay Glint Nest Crane. Doesn't seem useful. Can't get a counter. I guess that's the only play we have. It's horrible, but we'll see what we could get. Okay. Alright, well, I think we get to go to game 3 here. Yeah, we beat him in game 1, so... Reginald, I am so sorry. Reginald, the only time I actually stream on Twitch is when I am testing. Me streaming on Twitch is actually a lot like what we have right now, where we're playing decks that are not necessarily competitive. They probably shouldn't be on our Let's Play MTG series. However, we're playing them anyway. I think I want Reverse Engineer. I really want to just go the combo against him. May or may not be the best idea, but I really think that's where we should go in this matchup. Fiery Cannonade is just so good in this matchup. We're on the play. I want to try the Thriving Turtle. So let's actually drop a Mimic. We haven't seen it anyway. Although Mimic would be a trump card. We'll get rid of that Shielded Aether Thief. You guys were right about that. Walking Ballista is good, but he can create so many that I don't think I want to just, go all in on that. And let's submit like this. So in Frolicek's article, he talked about the turtle being really, really good at just, getting in early and giving you something to do early, and it'll allow you to also put counters and things on. So we've got a fairly good start here. I like it. I think we're going to keep this hand. Thanks for subscribing. Alright, welcome to the sideboard. Let's see what we've got here. Are my notifications popping up? Are you guys seeing the notifications pop up when subscribes? Yeah, there we go. Fortunate Fool, thank you for subscribing. I need to pull it up so I can see here. There we go. We'll go ahead and play animation module, and we will go from here. So the question earlier about Twitch, I play on Twitch when I want to get greedy on my energy here. I play on Twitch when I am looking for, some deck building ideas, and I'm just wanting to play around and try a bunch of different cards and things like that. Crewfix, the games are going okay. We played the Grixis Control game, and now we're actually playing a game with modules. And we're just kind of having fun with some of the new decks that are out. And this modules deck looks really, really good, as it has most of the tools needed to just truly counter all the Whirler Virtuoso decks in the meta right now. I know that was a mouthful. I'm sorry. We will just play a glint nest. I keep calling that glint sleeve crane. No, we will not pay for that. We will go ahead and slip out our other module, and we'll pass the turn. I really do like getting multiple modules, but on MTGO, it really eats at the time. So we'll get our whirl here. And he got his decoction module. And we will play our crane. We're always going to yield to decoction module. We'll always yield to our crane. We whiffed. And we'll put those back in any order, and we'll pass the turn. So we really, really need to, get some kind of play here. However, if we don't get anything, then next turn we're probably just going to bounce the crane again. And we're okay with the Inventor's Goggles. There's not a lot we can do about that. We did get a turtle. And we'll play the turtle, and we'll go from here. So the turtle can give us a start. The glue of the deck. Our opponent, he said the glue of the deck. Thriving Turtle. It's what holds it all together, boys and girls. Yes, this is definitely running the Thopter combo. It actually has 4 of each of the modules. Okay, so he's going to swing in. We'll take it, and maybe that'll give us a chance to get in with our turtle. Maverick Thopterist. Nothing we can do about that. And So we really need a decent top deck. That was not necessarily it. We are going to swing with said turtle. We will pay the energy, we'll trigger the module. I like the Metallic Mimic in here. I know we didn't actually get the Metallic Mimic, but the Metallic Mimic is a... oh wow, okay. So he kills us either way. The Metallic Mimic's a way to go infinite. Kind of. As many lands as you have, you can just instantly start. You produce one servo and then you just call servos, it'll make a servo, you'll get a trigger, and then you can just kind of go from there off of one animation module. So animation module, Metallic Mimic, then produce a counter some way, somehow. So he's definitely got enough Thopters to come at us pretty hard. Thriving Turtle is the best of the cycle. 10 out of 10 would play T6 again. Okay. Thriving Turtle. Okay, well, let's see how he attacks. And we'll block here. Block here. That's going to be our only blocks. That's all we can block with. And we just get a land. So that's going to be it, guys. That's all we have on that one. So we're wanting to try the construction card. What was that? Is it construction? Let's take a look. Blue. Efficient construction. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. So let's say we put in a couple copies of this. What is this? A common? One moment, guys. We'll see if we can take care of this really quick. You guys asked for it to do it live, so we'll do it now. Standard. Because we just want to see how it'll play, we're going to throw 4 in. We just want to see it. What are we going to take out here? Let's take out Metallic Rebuke, because we're just going all combo here. We'll take out the Gontes and a turtle. Okay. So we're just going to run it like this. We'll just hop into a game, make sure we're not against Nico. Alright, so now we're going to actually try this other card that may or may not be good in the deck. All of the Whirls. All the Whirl, all the while. We do have a Decoction module, we have a Glint Sleeve Crane. I think we keep this. We're on the draw, so we'll start with 8 cards. It's not bad for us. We have a red and a blue. We can play, you know, some of our cards here. I need to get rid of that stop in their upkeep. Sorry, we were playing a deck earlier that required us, or we were playing matches earlier that required that stop. I think that was in this game. Okay, so we'll play to the decoction module and just go ahead and get that down. Or if he plays like a 1 mana card here, like Legion's Landing. No Legion's Landing, so what are we looking at? I think we just play the decoction module if he doesn't play anything. Yeah, let's do that. Plus, it's more artifacts down to help us get closer to casting Whirl. Now that I know exactly how Whirl works, that card is really, really good. That is true, and we may not see it, immediately here, but I promise you guys, we're going to play this. We'll see. We'll see that card once here, at least. Will we see it in a time where it's actually going to be beneficial to us? I don't know. This Pride Sovereign may get completely out of hand. And then we'll take our decoction module and pass the turn. Now, I do like, the modules and the fabrication modules here. We have the makings of everything we need. Another world. I'm gonna go ahead and just play another decoction module. And we'll get in for one. And then we'll pass the turn. We really need some lands here. I think we're so far behind that we're going to have to play fabrication module before Whirler just to get started. However, with 2 decoction modules down, we're not far from just winning this game. Maybe with 2 energy we can just go ahead and Whirl. Another Glint Nest is not what we're looking for. We will play Glint Nest here though. And we'll always yield to that. Walking Ballista is good here. And I think we have to start chump blocking. We don't need to take any more damage. I'm going to discard one of the whirls. Whir of Invention. Whirl. Whir. I'm sure I'm triggering somebody with my pronunciation. Regal Caracol. Again, doesn't mean anything if we get started here. We're holding all of the parts we need to just go off. We do need to live a little bit though. So we blocked the 9/9 and we blocked the 3/3, and we will take 3. Yay, we get a land. We cannot play that or we just die on the crackback. Red, blue. Now, this will hopefully save us one more turn. And we will pass the turn here. So, next turn we're going to try some jank play here with the fabrication module for 3 and possibly a walking ballista for 0, depending on if we can trigger or not. We may have to put in way too many bodies in right here. Okay, another Vanquisher's Banner. He'll call cats. This will get really big. I mean, we can make a lot of blockers here. And he doesn't have trample. We'll go ahead and put 3 of those on the stack, and we'll always yield to them. And then we will put another one on the stack. And one more. And then one more. Okay, so that leaves us with 3. And now we can produce blockers, so we are still alive. Man, this deck is powerful. Whirler and Decoction module is stupid powerful. And we hit a land, so we'll go with Fabrication module. And we'll produce a very large whirler here. Now, I really hate to do this, but we are going to have to play, sorry, we're going to have to play the Walking Ballista for 0. Which will trigger us a few bodies. I think we'll go ahead and keep growing this. And so now that is large enough to. We're gonna save the last 3 here. And we can really get out of control here. If we live through this turn, and we could, it's going to be very close, but if we live through this turn, we will go infinite. He has to kill us here. There's a Pride Sovereign. So, I mean, we're set up to whirl straight into our 3rd Decoction module, go infinite. Going infinite with 3 Decoction modules means each one comes in with 3 counters. We can grow whatever can swing over up to a 95-95 and just kill our opponent. So fortunately for us, he does not have trample or haste. And unfortunately for us, though, as we're not on paper, we will not be able to just simply explain what we can do, and we will. Okay, So I am going to go ahead and produce another guy. We will put a counter here. And we will put another counter here. We need to get them to 3 because that's how we're going to kill the cat. So this jumps in front of the 12-12. Whirler jumps in front of the cat. This jumps in front of here, and this jumps in front of here. So we will take 8, but we'll kill both of these cats and the Regal. And, oh, a Blossoming Defense. We will not kill the cat or these 2 cats. What a shame. And that might do us in. Wow, okay. Yeah, that was bad. Maybe I should have just made that Whirler a lot bigger. I think we have to just play another Whirler here. And then we'll go back at it. And we will gain our 3. Takes us to 7. Make Whirler big. And now we can start making other things large. Although we're in a pretty bad spot here. Don't think we have enough to live through this. We can take 1 hit. Wow. I really wish we could. If we would have had the one, like if we would have been able to keep that Whirler Virtuoso, we would have been able to whirl into our 3rd decoction module, which is all we need to go infinite. I really think that 1 Panharmonicon would be good in this deck. But if you have 2 decoction modules, you can whirl for a 3rd. There's a Sacred Cat. Another Sacred Cat. So our blocks here are 3 of these are gone, so these guys are no good to us. And then we have to block the cat, and then we block 1 more, and then we take. We're lethal anyway. He's lethal on board. Let's go ahead and get into the next game here. And so what do we want? The Cannonade seems really good against cats. Walking Ballista might have been good there, but I don't think it's good overall here. I think Harness Lightning is going to be great, even if we have to use it to produce energy. I'm going to drop the turtle. I think the turtle's cute. Let's go with that. The cat deck just has the ability to continuously draw so much. Change the mana base? I don't know, Alex. Would I change the mana base? What could we add to it? I mean, a couple cards that I like running in all mana bases right now are Turtle is the cornerstone of the deck. Yeah, it produces a counter, but it is not the cornerstone of the deck, I don't believe. It may be, but I don't think so. We're going to sandbag this. I like this hand, so we're going to keep it. And we will just pass the turn here. This is a really good hand, guys. Let's put this over here. So we're just going to go decoction module, fabrication module, and just kind of play it out from there. Then we get a whirl. Okay. So module. Now, next turn, if we draw an untapped land, I'll go ahead and play the fabrication module. But I kind of want to keep the Aether Hub here to start the counter process if we draw another land. We drew an Aether Hub, so we're good either way. Do we glint sleeve here? I don't think so. I think we go ahead and fabrication module. The beautiful part about this deck is it sets up on curve, but you do have to, you know, pull your curve. You know, I was actually thinking about Metalwork Colossus. I mean, you have all of these cards that are just great by themselves here. I mean, great as a combo together, but they make Metalwork Colossus cheaper. Seems like it would be real easy to throw one or two Metalwork Colossus in the deck. Now, I think the proper way to play this is going to be Glint Nest Crane and then play the land. So we'll go ahead and do that. Maybe we'll get lucky here. We always want to yield to that. We'll always yield to our Glint Nest. I would like to get the 1 mana. Nope. We whiffed. So we'll go ahead and play this. And we now have a fairly formidable Glint Nest Crane. I really like the interactions here between the three modules, and I know people have played around with the three modules before in the past, but they definitely look like, you know, it's a lot of, oh wow, okay, so they're gonna, I assume he's gonna call the Crane. So it goes infinite with construction. Because you would make a Thopter, play... Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so we've got 3 energy. I'm going to go ahead and get our last piece of the puzzle. Okay, so the card he called was Whirler Virtuoso. Okay. Maybe we'll just have to kill him with a Glint Nest Crane? We do want to make our Metallic Mimic as large as possible, though. So we need to count out how we're going to play this next turn very carefully. Module Tron online. Well, that's one of the keys, is we have both, oh, no, he thinks he took it away from us, but no crew fix, no. Alright. So we can't cast the fabrication module. Let's play 1, 2. And we're going to call servos. We get an energy. And we will swing for 2. Or swing for 3. Now, he didn't completely take our Tron away from us. If we hit another Whirl, we can go get it. He didn't stop us from casting Whirl. Pretty much if you can get something past Nightbot, then it's probably okay to say. Well, you know, some words are offensive, and if you ever watch Key and Peele, the app I have says I'm not allowed to say that, so it's something that can't be said in my channel. I don't know if anyone else watches Key and Peele, but yeah, I thought it was funny. Okay, so we're going to make another counter here. We'll get a trigger on our animation module, but we won't get to do anything off of it. We will grow our glint sleeve one more. Or glint nest. Man, I have called it glint sleeve this entire stream. He's like reading, trying to figure out what's going to go on, what's going to happen. Is something crazy about to happen? Something crazy is about to happen, but it's not going to be overly crazy. I'm just putting a 1/1 counter on the glint nest, fella. Oh wow. So we got a Whirl. If we Whirl, what happens? One, two, three. Yeah, let's Whirl. Currently 1. We could actually make we could actually Whirl for 5. Is there any reason to Whirl? I mean, we need to Whirl for 3 here. Okay, we'll do that. So we'll grab a fabrication module. I don't think there's anything else we could have Whirled for that would have been valuable. No, this is the most. 3. So we'll grab the fabrication module. We do get that down. And we pass the turn here. I really, really wish we could just make a 1/1 counter. We just need to untap here. We're in... Oh my god, Whirl is instant. That's why. Because I am such a retard, I didn't realize Whirl was an instant speed spell. How good is this card? Why aren't we playing with this? I can't believe this is not in all of the improvised decks. At least as a 1-of or something, especially in these decks that are trying to do the Whirler combo. You get 2 decoction modules down. Oh man, he's really after our fabrication module. Okay. Well, that wasn't terrific for us to just take away our crane. Really? So it's getting some play in Modern. So it's just there's just nothing to support it in Standard then. This is true. The teamer decks and stuff, they do just eat through these decks. Okay, well, we get a reverse engineer here. Is there anything we should be doing? Counters are put on a permanent you control. I think we reverse. That leaves us... Wow. Just wow. I can't believe that. I can't believe we got 3 islands in a row. Aetherflux Reservoir gets playing Modern. I don't play Modern. Maybe I'll have to start playing some Modern. I know a lot of people say that the easiest way to get into Modern is just play a solitary deck where you're just kind of playing by yourself trying to get a combo. And those look like they would be a lot of fun. So maybe we'll play some like Turn 2 Collected Company Elves or, you know, Eggs or something like that. Well, is Aetherflux Reservoir in Standard anymore since the Bonesaw rotated out? We just need a creature, and it can't be Whirler Virtuoso. Okay. That was not it. So we are going to... get an energy. And so this is where the deck just kind of gets a little bit silly. And if we had more mana, we could just keep going with that. All right. So I should have played a land first there, and we would have been able to go crazy, but if we do survive through this next turn, and it's possible, so we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Depending on if he plays a banner or not. I assume we have to put the servos in front of the 2 Pride Sovereigns, and then we'll block a cat, and that should put us in a position to Fiery Cannonade. Does anyone else see how good this Fiery Cannonade is going to be? That did not help us. That ruined the Fiery Cannonade. That might have just killed us. Don't know if we're dead here. So we have to block here, we have to block here. This is 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're dead. Okay, well, we did die there. We did not get a game where we had the new card we wanted to play with. So I'm going to play one more here. Yeah, we should have played the Fiery Cannonade and just wiped his board. I didn't do it, so unfortunately we lost that game. We've got a Decoction Module, Fabrication Module, Turtle. This looks like a really good hand. And so we get to start out with a Turtle, turn 2 Decoction Module, turn 3 Fabrication Module if we hit a land. And we got our Efficient Construction, so at least we'll get to attempt the deck with this card. Well, actually, before the Regal come down, it would have killed every other cat on the battlefield, and Pride Sovereigns would have been left as what, a 2/2 or a 3/3? Oh, they both see each other, so you're right. The Pride Sovereigns would have lived. We'll play our Decoction Module. And we'll spend the energy and start swinging for 1, I assume. Just getting above the ability to easily burn this is really nice. And a third land. That's not going to be bad for us either. We'll go ahead and play our Fabrication Module here. And now we have a blocker at least. Even without the animation module, this really goes off fairly well. I think we just glint nest here. And we'll always yield to that. We'll always yield to that. We get animation module. Module Tron right now, or do we want that Decoction module? I think we just go for the Module Tron. We'll put those in any order, because we can cast this right now. And now we can pass the turn. Tron Online, that's right, Michael. It's Tron in Standard. That's Efro built Tron in Standard, guys. You just get to 3 and go from there. And oh no! No, out of all our modules, not that one. Hey, that was the good module too. We did hit another land. We do not have... Yes, we do. So we just go get another fabrication module. Now we still have the ballista that we could just throw down to start a chain, and we're going to wait for next turn on that. Correct, crew fix. We could just whirl for it back. Ouch. This seems really bad, but we are going to do it. So let's see the value of this. Wow, I mean it went through a bunch of stuff there. We got a lot of triggers. I've already yielded to all of them, so I don't even know the order that they all came out. Well, this is really good for him. However, I think Tron will trump it if we can just get a land. We'll take the damage here. That's not bad for us. So we're gonna do it once. And he's gonna magma spray it, which leaves this as the only target for... I think I need to break the chain for a second. And now I'm going to play Whirler. And we're definitely going to be picking Whirler for the +1/1 counter targets. We do have a 5/5 Thopter here, though. And we will use our last mana to make another body. And now Whirler is safe from Glorybringer. And we do not have enough mana to pay for that. And we'll put a counter here. Wow, this just gets out of hand, guys. So actually I'm going to start growing Thopters. And we will go ahead and pay that, and we will put it on the stack twice. Flying Thopter. No. Another Thopter. No. And now we'll pass the turn. Maybe if we would have put... I think we're going to wait one more turn here. We definitely have a lot of shenanigans available to us. Yeah, this card may be really good in Tron. In our in module Tron here. Module Tron. We may have to play this at some point this week. Just really play this deck and kind of see what happens. Let's see what he does here. He's going to exert. What are his exert targets? What can we do about his exert targets? Let's go ahead and produce a flyer. Let's make sure we're not trading here. We will... Let's cancel that block. Let's go ahead and make this block. We'll make that block. We'll make that block, that block. That block? I think I'm okay with this. So we gain a life here. And he's going to scoop it up. Teamer Energy can't handle Tron. Mechanics Dockhand? Something like that, maybe. Absolutely. Definitely looks like something worth playing with, though, right? So against Teamer Energy, what do we want? Some Harness Lightnings. We'll go down one Efficient Construction. One Walking Ballista. I think we want our Metallic. I think we're actually just going to have to outvalue this deck. Let's go down one Animation Module. And... right, standard Tron. I think we'll cut the turtles. I do not want to be stuck without land, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in the other land. Kind of on the fence about this being standard Tron. Well, if I do make a video about this deck, that is what I'm naming it. Module Tron. Animation module off the and the opening hand here, so we will get a nice curve out. We'll go ahead and play our animation module, and then we'll just pass the turn here. Really need to be wary of oh wow, a turn 1 Spell Pierce on a Tron piece. I'm gonna keep calling it that. You guys are gonna kill me. And we get another animation module. And what? Did he keep a horrible hand, or what's going on here? So we will Clinton S. Crane again, and he's just going to scoop it up. And he just did not want to play against that. So why were those white? Y'all seen that, right? Okay, guys, well, let's take a look at the deck. Forgive me. The deck looks extremely weird, and it was a lot of fun to play with. I definitely want to see it in maybe a Grixis shell or something like that. I want to play around with what we've got here. If you decide that you're going to play around with the modules deck, come up with a deck list for it, post that deck list on our Facebook page. We've got a Facebook page posted, and an actual a group or sideboard is its own individual on Facebook, so you can friend us there. Any decks that are posted are subject to be run online. I do want to let everyone know that. I may stream absolutely any of those decks. So, yeah, he missed land drops. He was not doing really well, and then we kind of came out with our, I guess you could say, curve of modules. Efficient Construction looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't seen our Dev's Deck series, check out Dev from SBMTG. He just came out with a $10 budget Efficient Construction deck, and that's what we're streaming tomorrow night. If we do get through with the 3 rounds before 10 o'clock tomorrow night, I'll be streaming at 8 Mountain Time from about 8 to 10. If we get done with that, we'll pull up this deck and we'll play another game or two with this deck before time's up. But I definitely want to try to get in 2 nights, you know, 2 hours every night and stream for you guys. And we'll try to just keep coming with good fun decks that we can have a lot of fun with. So if you've got something you think might be fun, and remember, no one wants to watch a control match. As much as you want to see a control deck be played, no one wants to watch control. But If you want your deck to be played, post it on our Facebook page, and if everyone likes it, we'll play it. That's our show for tonight. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had fun. Thanks for joining the Sideboard. We'll see you next time. Bye.